Everyone knows Romeo and Juliet. Two lovers in a forbidden relationship tragically meet their end due to nosy family members with nothing better to do and unfortunate timing. I mean, it's got all the juicy bits a good romance drama has, which is why we can find so many similar stories all around the world, including Mexico's very own Aztec Romeo and Juliet, involving the romance between a great Nahuatl warrior, Popocatépetl, and a princess Iztaccíhuatl. Of course, the emperor, or in this case the Tlatoani, and wasn't very happy that his daughter was so infatuated with the warrior. So, in order to separate the two, the Tlatoani promised Popocatépetl that he could actually marry his daughter only if he went to war in Oaxaca and came back alive. Which, of course, the Tlatoani didn't think he could. So off he went to fight and die a gruesome death. Meanwhile, the Tlatoani didn't even wait for Popocatépetl to actually die before he told Iztaccíhuatl that he did. Believing the news, Iztaccíhuatl fell into a Great Depression and died of grief. And despite the odds, Popocatépetl eventually returned from war, only to discover that the love of his life was gone. Yeah, that didn't go quite as planned, did it? Popocatépetl took Iztaccíhuatl's body east of the city of Tenochtitlan, where he knelt over her with a torch in his hand, unwilling to leave her side ever again. Over time, snow, rocks, and dirt piled up, transforming them into the mountains that look over Mexico City to this day. The torch of the Popocatépetl volcano is still active, smoking and erupting from time to time. Of course, with any stories, especially one with a primarily oral history, there's all sorts of different versions. Sometimes it's other warriors who were jealous of Popo and wanted to sabotage him, and sometimes they become mountains thanks to the power of the gods. There's even a version by the people of Tetelcingo Morelos where there's actually 3 mountains, including Sinatecatl, who battled Popo by throwing rocks at each other across the Valley of Mexico before Popo finally decapitates him with a giant piece of ice, his body turning into the Nevado de Toluca mountain that lies west of Mexico City. If you're Mexican, there's a high chance you've definitely seen this image before, whether it's the famous painting or woven onto a serape you got at the purga. Even my parents have this cool sunstone with the warrior and princess on it. And my grandma likes to call the mountain near where I live the Sleeping Lady, since it reminds her of Iztaccíhuatl back in Mexico. I would absolutely love to one day go and see these mountains in person that inspired the story that I've known my whole life. And if you guys ever get a chance to visit it yourself, even if it's just from a distance in Mexico City, I think you should. Just think about it.